What if I told you that some of the car brands you see on the road today might completely vanish in just a few years? These aren't small startups nobody's heard of. Some of them are decades-old names that once defined luxury, performance, and reliability. But hidden beneath the surface are sales collapses, crippling recalls, and financial freefalls that almost guarantee their days are numbered. By the end of this video, you'll realize that no brand is safe, and you'll be shocked at which ones are already on life support. Number 1. Genesis. Genesis looks like it could become the next big luxury badge, but is it already losing steam? The brand rolled out with bold styling, upscale cabins, and sticker prices designed to undercut BMW or Lexus, making it seem like a serious rival. The problem is perception. Many buyers still see Genesis as Hyundai's fancy experiment, not a true luxury option. Add to that multiple recalls and a crushing 25% import tariff inflating costs. Even with significant advertising, Genesis sold only about 75,000 vehicles in the US, a fraction of its rivals. If consumers reject its premium image, Genesis risks slipping into irrelevance. That same struggle for identity haunts another brand viewers know well. Number 2. Buick. Buick still shows up in showrooms, but nobody seems to know why. At first glance, the brand looks healthier thanks to a small sales rebound. That uptick creates the impression that Buick still holds a steady place in the market. The truth is far less convincing. Buick faces an image crisis, often dismissed as nothing more than a Chevy in disguise. Failed attempts to raise prestige, like the expensive Tiger Woods sponsorship, fell flat. Add in disappointing reliability scores, which drag down resale prices, and the cracks become obvious. Those revived sales only hide an identity problem that threatens Buick's survival. Now shift focus to another American name once linked to prestige. Before we move on, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Number 3. Lincoln. Lincoln once rivaled Cadillac, but can you name anyone under 40 driving one today? This brand once sat at the heart of American luxury, carrying presidents and turning heads with big sedans that defined status. Now it fights a reputation for inconsistent build quality. Owners often report suspension leaks, oil consumption issues, and awkward shifting that dulls the driving experience. On top of that, its technology feels outdated, especially when compared to newer EV-focused competitors offering cutting-edge features. The result is a brand fading into the background. Lincoln feels less like a contender and more like a relic from another era. That decline contrasts sharply with European prestige brands now scrambling for survival. Number 4. Alfa Romeo. Alfa's Italian charm comes at a price buyers are no longer willing to pay. At first glance, the brand draws you in with striking body lines, a proud racing legacy, and an enthusiast following that raves about its dynamic handling and exhaust note. The issue shows up after the honeymoon. Owners deal with persistent electrical faults, fragile transmissions, and interiors that feel cheaper than their price tags suggest. Consumer reports regularly rank Alfa near the bottom for reliability, and depreciation hits harder than rivals, erasing value quickly. Unless these problems change, Alfa Romeo may only survive as a niche passion brand, not mainstream. Number 5. Maserati. Maserati once turned heads. Now it's barely selling cars at all. The brand's global sales collapsed in 2024, plunging 57% and landing at only about 11,300 units. For a name once tied to exotic appeal, those numbers practically spell crisis. Part of the downfall comes from stalled EV projects and multiple canceled models. Promised timelines slip, leaving buyers uncertain about what Maserati will even offer in the future. Stellantis, its parent company, has already explored merging or selling the brand. Meanwhile, US service centers have thinned out, frustrating owners. Maserati isn't simply weak, it's fighting for survival itself. Next, another European name struggles differently, with barely any products left. Number 6. Jaguar. Jaguar, once a British icon, now has only one US model left. This is the same company that built its reputation on sleek sports cars and stately sedans admired worldwide for decades. But today, its portfolio has been gutted. The XE, XF, F-Type, E-Pace, and even the electric I-Pace have all been axed. leaving just the F-Pace SUV to hold down the showroom. In Europe, Jaguar registrations dropped an alarming 98%, signaling collapse across its home region. Without a clear identity or stable product plan, its future looks shaky. Unless upcoming EVs hit big by 2026, Jaguar's US chapter could quietly end. Next comes a Japanese brand whose relevance has steadily eroded. Number 7, Mitsubishi. Did you know Mitsubishi sold fewer than 20,000 US vehicles in 2024? It's a staggering fall for a company that once pushed popular models like the Eclipse and Galant, cars that actually gave the brand a real footprint in America. Today, that presence is almost gone. The Mirage, which was one of the last affordable small cars, has been discontinued. What's left is an uninspired lineup of SUVs that fails to spark new interest. Couple that with a history of transmission failures, recurring electrical issues, and the damaging fuel mileage scandal, and the writing is on the wall. Mitsubishi clings on, but America may finally walk away. Number 8, Infiniti. Infiniti was once Nissan's vision of a bold luxury future, but now its showrooms are closing across the country. Models like the Q50 sedan and the QX series SUVs gave the brand a competitive edge years ago, attracting buyers who wanted premium features without the German price tag. That edge is gone. Sales have slid to just 58,000 in 2024, down another 10% year over year. The lineup is shrinking further, with QX models set to end in 2025. Reliability ratings sit at average at best, and many Infiniti dealers are folding straight into Nissan stores. It's survival by name only. Even Nissan itself looks unstable. Number 9, Chrysler. Chrysler once sold more than 600,000 vehicles in the US, but today that number hovers near 125,000. It's a stunning fall for a brand that shaped history with game-changing minivans and muscle cars that defined whole segments of the market. Now, the lineup has collapsed. The promising Airflow EV has been scrapped, leaving Chrysler clinging to the Pacifica minivan, which is heavily propped up by fleet sales. Behind the scenes, the company faces reports of dealer disputes, loan defaults, and reputational scandals that add to its decline. With little innovation in sight, Chrysler finds itself marked for deep Stellantis cuts by 2026. Number 10, Nissan. Nissan sells hundreds of thousands of vehicles every year, but those numbers don't tell the whole story. For decades, its reputation was built on household names like the Altima, the Maxima, and the Rogue SUV, cars that once dominated their categories. Now that dominance is slipping. Both the Altima and Maxima have collapsed in sales, leaving Nissan scrambling. Its EV plans lag far behind rivals, and even a planned partnership with Honda fell through. Globally, the company has reported losses over $5.3 billion, while emission scandals and leadership arrests further erode consumer confidence. Nissan might look strong today, but its foundation is weaker than ever. Number 11, Lucid Motors. Lucid promised to be the next Tesla. So why does it look like a collapse in motion? The company earned glowing reviews for sleek design and record-setting driving range, with many calling its cars some of the most advanced EVs available. But the reality is brutal. In 2024, Lucid lost $2.7 billion while struggling with chaotic production delays, frequent recalls, and turnover in top leadership positions. Investors have started to question the company's stability. Number 12, Fisker. Fisker filed Chapter 11 in 2024, leaving thousands of Ocean SUV buyers with undelivered cars and uncertain futures. The hype was massive. Early on, the Ocean was pitched as the stylish, affordable EV that could disrupt the world's biggest automakers. Instead, reports surfaced of doors jamming shut, hoods flying open at speed, and vehicles stalling mid-traffic. The fallout was severe. Lawsuits piled up, NHTSA opened investigations. Debt ballooned to $1.3 billion, and even potential bailout talks collapsed. Number 13, Canoo. Canoo had contracts with NASA and Walmart that seemed like a golden ticket, yet it still went bankrupt in 2025. The company's futuristic vans with rounded minimalist styling grabbed attention, and those orders were supposed to guarantee long-term stability. Behind the scenes, The books told a different story. At the time of filing, Canoo reported just $50,000 in assets against $160 million in debt. Production never materialized, loans dried up, and lawsuits targeted its executives for mismanagement. From century-old names like Chrysler to flashy newcomers like Lucid, the auto industry is being tested like never before. Survival now depends on more than brand recognition. It comes down to who can adapt fast, deliver reliability, and compete in a market racing toward electrification. No company is guaranteed a future, no matter how iconic its past or how shiny its launch promises looked. That's why you should think carefully about brand stability before your next purchase. Pay attention to which automakers innovate and which ones stall, because some names on the road today may vanish sooner than you expect.